We're live on YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
The show's gonna get started.
There's one camera. There's
Oh, is that your cameras?
Yeah, there's cameras there. There's cameras over there.
So people can see us while we're talking.
Yeah, nothing's more compelling than watching radio online.
And see when radio on.
Yeah, I want to watch the radio.
And you know what? We don't look like we're.
There we go. See.
Oh, right. We don't.
Yeah.
No, I do.
They do.
I'm the bad one.
We're
right
incognito.
Sipping water.
That's my $5 word for the day.
So we got 2, 3, and 4, 5.
Oh yeah. Does that finger move?
All right, we're going to be going in about 30 seconds, all right? So turn all your mics off for me.
Don't let that guy you call the boss interfere with your entertainment. Chaotic Radio, chaoticradio.com.
The Black Lung, the Black Lung Show, 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 and starting fucking now.
That's right. You're listening to the Black Lung Show live on the world famous chaoticradio.com. I'm your host, Ryan Pena. I am joined in studio today for an amazing special show. Dutchie is filling in for Rachel. Rachel couldn't be here. She's my engineer extraordinaire. Dutchie, my main man, the punk DJ, is filling in. Dutchie, how you doing today, brother?
Doing good, my man. How are you?
I am good. You know what today is, brother?
Sunday.
No. Well, yeah, that too. This show's gonna go.
What's today?
Today is the 2-year anniversary of the Black Lung Show.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I can't believe it. You know, when I started this show, back when Blaine was still here, I came. I tell a story a lot. You know, I came into the studio, and when I was thinking about doing a punk rock show, and my friends were asking, "Why don't you do your own show, Ryan?" And I was like, "I don't know. I still don't even know how to work this goddamn board." But here I am, 2 fucking years later, man, and tons of guests. Cheetah Chrome from the Dead Boys, CJ Ramone from the Ramones, Channel 3, Shattered Faith. The Briefs were here in studio. I got some crazy guests that I'm going to announce today for later on, but today's guest is awesome. But also, I'm joined in studio today for this special, momentous show. I got my main man, my brother, from Josh Macho Camacho from Something Ferocious, my bass player.
How's it going?
Thanks for coming in, man.
Absolutely.
And my best friend for well over 20 years, Hollywood screenwriter Ezekiel Martinez.
Thank you for having us.
Do you need a booster seat?
No, I think I do. Can I just sit on your lap?
No, dude, no. Save that for later.
Yeah, that's for after.
Yeah, that is.
You got to turn the cameras off for that.
Yeah. Dude, we're live on YouTube, man.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Watch yourself. Don't fucking say anything bad. Anyway, our esteemed guest today is Lisa Lou.
Hello.
Yay!
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa is a violinist, and she works on what? How do we say this? The biggest fucking movies on the planet? Is that a good way to describe it?
That sounds proper.
Right? Is that a
sounds
proper
pretty accurate.
introduction?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get to you, sweetheart, we have to do a couple things here on the show. We got to get our formalities out of the way first. Anyone that wants to call and talk to myself, Ezekiel, Dutchie the punk rock DJ, our esteemed guest Lisa Lou, our call-in number is area code 909-360-8330. Once again, that's 909-360-8330. So I'm only on 5 hours of sleep. I don't know. I don't know if you got to sleep in, Josh, but
I slept in.
Good for you, brother. Last night, Josh and I had the privilege of playing our good friend's birthday party. Two of them Archie Danny, one of the best promoters around, and my friend and my brother, another one of my best friends for well over 25 years, Frankie Valdez from one of the best bands you've ever heard. You got to check them out. They're called the Trancers. We played last night. It was the Trancers, the Flock Wolves, and then we closed up shop at the Prospector last night in Long Beach. And just so we can keep the theme, we're going to be talking a lot about movies today, but just so we can keep the theme going with the Black Lung Show, so we play a little bit of punk rock. I'm going to play one track from one of the bands that we played with last night, the Flock Wolves. They have a brand new CD out right now. I know it's a weird name. It's F-O-C-K-E, and then the Wolves, right? The Flock Wolves. So check them out on Facebook. Give them a like. Check out their new album. You can get it all over the place. This track that we're going to play right now is called Runnin'. You're listening to the Black Lung Show, live on chaoticradio.com.
Angels like you ain't made for loving. Angels like you hunt and pray. In vain I tripped and tried to keep the fears inside. No curtain call before the fall that broke my will and darkened my way. Yeah. I tried to roll with your punches, stood and took every one. Your womanhood is a weapon, a pretty noose with a gun. I'm drinking whiskey and hey babe, I'm seeing red all the time. No power left that I can call my own, and it ain't no wonder why. Deep down I gotta cry, you got me running. Yeah, yeah. You got me hooked just like babe. I'm bleeding red all the time. Cross your heart and begin to pray. I'm dangling on your line, but damn, you're looking fine. You got me running. Yeah, yeah. Bloodied and running. Yeah, yeah.
The Flock Wolves on the Black Lung Show. You're listening live on chaoticradio.com. We're back. I think I might have left my mic on during that song while we were talking some shit in between. So 2 years into this, and I'm still professional as shit.
Oh, yeah.
All fancy like. Anyway, Lisa, thanks for coming into the studio. Like I said, I've been friends with Ezekiel for over 20 years, and he always tells me about you. I've checked out some of your stuff. True story. I actually played violin when I was a little kid.
Really?
I did. But I'll tell you the story. The story was when I was a little kid, I wanted to play saxophone really, really bad. And I went into the
Was it
music.
Kenny G?
No. Kenny G. Look, 2-year anniversary of getting punked on my own fucking show.
Oh, sorry.
No, do that. That's perfect.
It is. No.
Yeah.
Kenny G. God
Man, she looks
damn it.
way too sweet to even come straight out of that and just
Right.
fucking bang you right
No.
down with that.
Exactly. God damn
Right,
it.
right out of the gate.
At least we know the rules now. Though.
Yeah. All right. No, I was gonna punk myself if
Yeah.
she beat me to the punch. No, the true story is that when I was a little kid, I wanted to play saxophone. I was a big fan of 60s rock and roll, and I went to go to tell the music teacher, I'm like, I want to play the saxophone. He said, let me look at your teeth, dude. And I showed him my teeth, and they're like, he's all, nope, your teeth are fucked up. You're playing the violin. That's exactly what happened. I swear to God, true story. So I played the violin for about a year and a half, and then I quit. And I wish I never would have, because it would have been rad if I still could have been able to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the recorder and like as a little kid,
Did you?
The flute. Yeah.
No shit.
So your
Yeah.
teeth are good.
I guess. I guess.
So how long have you been playing violin?
Wow, I mean, I'm Asian, so probably like when I was in the womb.
At least we know. At least we know there are no boundaries here.
Yeah.
There's like a
Different.
billion of us playing the violin. I think it was just like my parents,
Did your parents do that? Were
in
did you-
conception is like my child will go to Juilliard, and it was just and if not, I probably would have just been left in China somewhere.
So did you really have like one of those tiger Asian moms that
Yeah,
was
of
like
course.
you did?
I probably yes.
Tiger
Yeah.
Asian. What is that?
No, absolutely.
There's I'm telling you, there's a lady that wrote a book. It's called
Tiger Mom.
Tiger Mom.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, and like it's like super strict Asian parents. Like you're gonna get straight A's and
Yeah.
you're gonna play the violin and you're not gonna have any friends and you have no social life.
I think if those mothers knew what their children would become or did secretly as soon as they're out, they wouldn't
they wouldn't do
raise
that.
their children that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, in saying that, let me ask you, like, if when your parents pushed you with the craft of storytelling through music with the violin, was that something you fell in love with right away, or did you feel that you were pressured into it? And knowing now that what you're doing in the film industry, did it feel like you were predestined for this?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. I did love it secretly. I would never admit it to my parents. You know what I mean? Because it is basically all Asian children, like two instruments, and like you're we're out studying and doing math constantly while everybody's like playing. I never had a sleepover. But it worked itself out. I never saw myself ending up in Hollywood. I moved out here to be with my parents because they retired. I didn't know that any of this existed out here. I was living in New York for 15 years, just struggling like everybody else, and it's worth it. It's definitely paid itself off. Those years of not having any friends, but
Well, now you got a bunch. You're on the Black Lung Show.
Yeah.
I-
You have a ton of friends. And the weather's better here,
the weather's way better.
except
out here.
for that time of year.
Yeah, right now
I'm
here
here.
here in Southern California, we're in the Inland Empire. It is 180,000 degrees outside right now.
Hot in this room too.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
little
like-
warm. Do we have?
I'm
Is the AC?
sweaty. I'm like aware of parts I never usually think about. It's just like, just saying.
All right, so
That's incredible. I like the way you described that. All right.
you need to come in here and sit down
Yeah.
with Josh and I and shoot the shit when we have some of these other bands. We'll freak them out.
Yeah.
Two Mexicans and an Asian, and
Asian.
they'll be like, "What the fuck is coming out of their
What's
mouths?"
going
What the hell's happening
So,
here?
all right. So, do you ever thank your parents for pushing you to play it, and do that? Because see, okay, you're in a room with three Mexicans right now,
Yeah.
and so
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're half Mexicans. Oh, I am. You are.
No, I'm full.
Oh, you are? Oh, I'm only.
Well,
I'm
mostly.
on-
Like
okay.
I think I'm
Mostly.
75%. I got to do that ancestry thing.
Oh, yeah.
All that shit. But mine were not cool with me playing punk rock music at all.
Yeah,
and
man.
now they're just like, oh, you still doing that?
You're making money from it. This
No,
changes.
fuck this. I said punk rock. You didn't hear that part?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't hear
Punk
that.
rock equals no money.
No money.
You have a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun. You make a lot of
Right.
friends, but
We make dollars,
we make dollars.
not tens of dollars.
Like, oh, we're getting paid
Yeah.
a beer tonight? Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, score.
Yeah, right.
Tens of dollars. That's it. That's a max.
All right. So, all right, back to you. All right. So, tell me, so why were you living in New York? What were you doing out there?
I went to Juilliard, which is what
music
all
or-
Asian people are supposed to end up in. All Asian female are supposed to end up going to Juilliard. I was very fortunate to get into that school. I mean, my mom went there. She was an opera singer, phenomenal singer, influenced me, like taught me violin as a child, and I went to it was the greatest school on the planet for sure for music.
Oh, so you didn't have a chance. You were just born into music.
I was born into it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
very,
cool.
very, very grateful. No, I have not thanked my parents because then I can't hold on to this resentment
No,
that we all have as
There,
adults
Now you have some
against
punk
their
rock in you.
parents. Who am I going to blame
Yeah,
for
you-
all the stuff that I still do?
You have to hold on to that.
No.
Keep that for yourself.
Thank you.
It gives you that
Fire.
That fire.
You're not supposed to be grateful for anything.
Hell no.
No.
So 15 years, that's a really long school.
I was in school for 9 years there.
Really? 9 years?
Yeah, like it was a pre-college, college, and then graduate.
so you
I
could
was there
play
forever.
violin and operate on people at the same
I
time?
could do all that stuff.
All right.
Operate on people.
And I'm like amazing at like gymnastics and ice skating and like chess because I'm Asian. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm
I
just
can
gonna
cook
fuck that up.
bean burritos.
I know. And you can work on my lawn too.
Yeah. I can do that.
We'll talk
We're just-
later.
I can
We're
do
just
that too.
I know.
stereotyping.
I've seen you in
No.
front of Home Depot.
Well, see, we could-
I've
I
been
mean,
wanting
we-
to talk
actually-
to you about building some stuff.
Actually, I can't mow. I mowed a lawn once when I was younger, and I chopped my big toe off. So I don't have that.
He's not making that shit up.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, no, really,
I'm
my
trying
big.
not to look at what shoes you're wearing.
Oh, they're awesome.
I can't. Oh my God, is this gonna
Are you wearing
happen?
flip flops?
No,
Are you
they're.
going to show us
I'll show it to you later.
okay.
It's pretty cool. It's half a toe.
Right.
It just looks like it's short.
You know, dude, we've been in a band together for almost 2 years, and I've never asked you about that. I just kind of.
He wants to say, wow, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Thought you missed it. Well, yeah, obviously a lot of people missed it too.
I feel like you could probably get paid for that somehow, like on eBay. Like,
There you go.
like
On
selling
eBay,
a
like selling
weird foot fetish.
Yeah.
Toe sucking thing.
Yeah.
So what's crazy? I want to ask Lisa a question on that, and I've gotten the answers before. Since I've known you now for what, 7 years?
I don't know.
Probably around there.
Sure.
So around there.
Let's go with that number.
And we'll just go with that. And having working with Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman.
Hold on, man. Hold on. That's a good question, but you got to go in chronological order. She's still in New York right now, brother. How did you go?
Still New York.
How did you go from New York to get to working in Hollywood? Take us through the whole story.
My parents moved out here they retired out here, so I just wanted to follow. In New York, I was there for 15 years, and I kind of got tired of just hustling constantly, just coming home just exhausted every night, not sure what I was accomplishing.
Did you ever do like the play in the subways and all that kind of stuff?
No, I didn't do that.
No, all right.
I have a little bit of dignity.
All right,
Just a little bit.
I'm just checking.
Chinese people have pride. You know what I mean?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I read about it once.
Just a bunch of failed relationships. I finally just was like, I'm just gonna try moving out here, just because. And I still kept my apartment in New York for a couple of years. My parents were out here in Ukaipa, which is close to here.
Yeah,
It's about 30 minutes.
30
20
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, and I
East.
I was playing, and anywhere people I met, I would be playing for like $50 here and there for 8 days of rehearsing and a drink or something. But you have to meet people. It was just anything to not be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know exactly what you mean.
We've been doing that for 20 years.
Probably spending about 8 hours a day on Craigslist looking for any sort of work. Nobody would take me because I would send in I have 3 degrees from Juilliard. They would be like, "Is this a joke?" And I'd be like, I need something. I'll walk your dog with 2 legs. I don't care. Anything. And I couldn't get any work. I started meeting just people locally, and I got into a couple sessions here and there, and then everything in Hollywood was just word of mouth. So it went pretty fast for me. Within 2 years, I got rid of my apartment in New York and committed in, I think, 2010 to living here. And since then, I've just been so fortunate to meet amazing people who've,
So who's the first one that you met that kind of got you into the industry?
I can't say. I really have no idea.
Okay.
It's just
Too many people.
It's like a bunch of people.
All right. So how about this? Do you remember your first project?
No.
No.
Okay.
Probably some Troubadour. Probably played the Troubadour.
Now, okay.
Okay. Wow.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The whiskey. Yeah, I
the whiskey,
I
you've done
played
the
at these
whiskey?
clubs, like the
Okay.
the
You've
key
done all
room,
those. The key club.
The key club.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, so you've done all that stuff
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lisa, wasn't one of your big projects was you did that music for that game BioShock, right?
Oh yeah. That was
Oh yeah.
yes.
Did you do that? That's awesome.
That was one of my first gigs.
Okay, cool.
This guy
So she did
remembers everything.
BioShock.
She did BioShock.
And the composer is Gary Scheinman. He's brilliant. So that was such a cool experience playing BioShock. And it was my first sessions. There were only 3 violins, and I'm sure you guys know that music. He's incredible.
Okay.
It's really exciting. So I mean, it's stuff like that. Everything is word of mouth out here. So I was very fortunate for people to recommend me to other people who just hire me.
Yeah.
now.
If they like you, they're gonna say, hey, call this person. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all.
We want-
I think Hollywood is just based on that. It's
Absolutely.
your reputation. and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
If you're good, they want. Hey, we want you to work. We want you to stay out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
BioShock Dutchie was a very popular video game.
Yeah.
That was creepy too, right? Wasn't it like a little girl and like a big monster type thing that she rode around on or something? Do you remember?
I don't know.
No, I don't think that was BioShock.
Isn't
Pretty
it a war?
Yeah, like a weird.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's an underwater game.
Yeah.
You're underwater, but it looks like it's 1920s.
Like a steampunk type of.
Yeah.
Like a,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I meant.
Yeah, yeah. You were pretty close. You were pretty close.
I was
though.
close.
You were way not
By little girl,
close.
you meant like a tank.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I
yeah.
swear to God, I remember
like,
seeing that.
Like Pete's Dragon, except it wasn't Pete.
All right.
It was Pete.
All right, so you did the BioShock.
All right, BioShock.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So BioShock. So that was your intro. Like that was kind of your first big thing
Yeah.
to get into where you're at now. Okay.
All right. So what was the first film that you got to work on?
Sorry, I did not study for this.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no.
This is not a test. You
Failed.
it's not
Everything is
passing.
a test.
Well, then let's just go to the
Come
first.
on, Lisa.
Damn it.
Let's go to the first big film. You know, like the first big thing that you did. Okay. Okay. Let's not. Okay.
I think like White House Down.
Oh, okay.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The
Okay. Cool.
Marmaduke. Because like
You did Marmaduke.
yeah,
All right.
that was my first.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
And then after that, it was Smurfs too and stuff, and it just kept coming, and now it's just I've only been
Don't
working.
tell people you worked on Smurfs. Come on.
Hey, dude, she could Smurf.
Say
if she-
Star Wars.
Hey, no,
Say Pirates of the
hey.
Caribbean.
hey, hold on,
Hey.
hold on. Did you
Okay.
get paid?
I've been
Yeah.
paid.
There you
Yeah,
go. Who
yeah.
the fuck cares?
Hey man, hey man, Smurf that.
Yeah, Smurf it.
How can you not like the fucking Smurfs?
Right?
Come
No,
on.
Right? You
You
can-
have
No.
like no
Man.
soul.
But the coolest
Oh my
one,
God.
she just started.
You're wearing
So
blue.
you look like one right now.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
really.
yeah. You
Wow.
just.
She was working on Stephen King's It.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, rad.
That looks scary.
well, that's better
Oh
than
my
the Smurfs.
God. Yeah. It looks really fucked up.
Looks super creepy, huh?
Oh my god. Like I cannot wait to see that thing. Like I think it comes out in September.
Oh, that's an interesting
clown.
thing. Can you tell the
You gotta talk.
listening
There's a
audience?
microphone, dude.
The listening audience.
There you go. Get on that
Um,
thing.
You don't want to ask you questions when
And
you.
you're turning
guys
your
are-
head now. Remember, there's a microphone.
When you guys are rehearsing and recording for music, that you don't actually see the whole movie, and sometimes you don't even see the movie. They just get the cue sheets. Can you explain that process?
I think most things that we work on, we see like the screen behind us, and we get to see what's happening. But of course, we're not watching the movie. We do different scenes at a time. But something huge like Star Wars, we don't get to see any of that. So
Are they just afraid that you're gonna
Boom.
leak some of that stuff out
yeah,
on the internet?
we decide
Boom. You see
things.
that? She just
Yeah.
went right into the big stuff.
The
Star
base-
Wars.
no, well, because that's
Yeah.
that's a significant thing that we
Absolutely.
just don't get to see.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
most things we do get to see. I have no idea what's happening on there.
So you're just reading the.
And I'm
the-
glad
the
I don't get. I'm glad I don't know
Yeah.
because I'm a fan.
You
I
want to
don't
watch
wanna
it?
know.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
want to
just-
know some.
You're just giving the sheet music, huh?
We just show up and we read music. And
Oh, okay.
And then we
Alright.
leave. Don't know anything that's happening. But every once in a while we get to see a film. Like I think maybe say like Deadpool. It was still.
You did Deadpool too?
Yeah, it was still at a point where there was like maybe some scenes had green screens. I think like Transformers, like the last one that just came out.
Oh yeah, the.
Or is it not out yet?
The last night or something.
there you
right?
go,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's out.
It's
It's
not
out.
out.
It's out now, I think.
I
Yeah.
don't even know. But we would see like stunt people and the animated stuff was still just in
Oh,
the
so-
nascent stages. It's pretty cool
Oh,
to
cool.
see like actors with they haven't like taken out like the ropes that they're hanging off of and stuff like that. But usually we do get to see things, but it's like out of order, out of context. We don't get to hear what they're saying or anything.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, the scenes are not shot in order anyway, too. So
Yeah,
you're just
no
doing
idea.
you're just going in and just doing random stuff. Mm-hmm. And so, who are some of the people that you work with that are like the coolest?
Well, definitely John Williams is the greatest composer I've ever worked for, and for film, for sure. He's brilliant. I mean, all the musicians are just so. I mean, we have so much respect for this man. He's I think 85. He is just constantly improving, and he's humble, and it's really extraordinary working for him. He's definitely stands out above everybody I've ever worked for.
So you were talking to earlier about nerding out.
Yeah.
And so like when I was talking to Dutchie, like there's certain moments for me that I nerd out here even on the show.
Mm-hmm.
The big one I always refer to because it was the biggest shock to me is like I interview local bands, up and coming bands, and then some of my heroes, bands that I grew up listening to, and I emailed Cheetah Chrome and I emailed CJ Ramon, the two ones I always reference because the Dead Boys and the Ramones are two of the biggest bands that are a big influence on me and the music that I write. I remember when he called and I'm looking over at the engineer and they're like, he's on the phone, and we didn't have the cameras in it, you know what I mean? If you could have seen me in studio, I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Like, fuck yeah, I can't believe this shit. And it was so cool too because they were so humble and so nice because, in this world, there's a bunch of assholes, and I meet a lot of them constantly. And trying to book them on the show, sometimes people are, they're just not that cool. So Do you ever nerd out? Do you ever when you get in there and you're just like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm working with you or meeting you at least?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even think of who, but I would say my experience in general is that people who are really successful and brilliant to me have been the most humble people I've ever come across. I don't know if it's the same for you guys.
That makes
know,
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a chip on their shoulder. The people who are just doing well they're just existing. They're just being.
They're there. They're
Whereas
happy.
the people who are like trying to make it, they're the ones trying to attack other people and like pull them down and like they're like really cocky and they talk shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
I'll give you a perfect example.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest shit talker I've ever met in my life is sitting in my engineer room right now. But if you meet the motherfucker, he's so fucking nice and he's so humble, right? But you get him on air, holy shit, you're gonna get thrashed. Yeah, and you should check out his show anyway. It's called 78 RPM. It's every Friday. And he's got a beautiful disaster every Tuesday. They both start at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's not bad,
Yeah.
right? I told 2 years, and I'm getting into this.
Smooth right there.
Yeah.
You're a fucking superstar in my eyes.
And that's why he's fucking humble.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, I love using the F word on the radio.
Isn't it refreshing?
Yeah, it's
it feels good.
refreshing.
All right, and so look, Ezekiel, you can help me out with this too because you're like damn near her manager now, as far as like
Basically, I should.
as far as memories
He's my
goes.
PR.
He's managing he manages your memories because
No. She's one of my closest friends, and I admire her a lot for her talent.
No, I know, but you were here before we started the show. You were showing some pictures, and that's what I'm talking about nerding out. That was some cool
Well,
stuff.
I nerd out with friends that do cool stuff. It's like check this out. Look at what my friends are doing. It's cool.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying.
She does it for you too.
You're doing some friend bragging. Look at what my friend's doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we got on the show. So Josh,
That's cool.
Josh saw this, and so Ezekiel's always, he calls me every day, and he's like, Ryan, he's like, fucking look at this picture. It's Lisa and Kobe Bryant. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucking weird. And then he calls me, he's like, look, it's Lisa and fucking Mark Hamill, right? And now that's a big thing for us, because we're all of us are,
We grew up on Star Wars.
We grew up on Star Wars.
We're Star Wars nerds.
All of us, I mean, I still have my original Star Wars from the 70s and 80s. Yeah. God, how fucking cool is that you get to work on Star Wars? And
so crazy.
Do you get to go to you get invited to the red carpet and all that too?
No, not that. But for Force Awakens, they were. I think J.J. Abrams provided a screening for all the whole orchestra, and that was.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we
You
got
got
to
your
see.
own
We got to see it before the rest of the world.
Oh heck yeah!
And
That
that
is
was
fucking
my
cool.
my fiance. This guy, I mean, he's amazing. He's like the sweetest guy ever. But he was just like,
Was
the
he like
biggest.
breathless?
No,
Like-
he said, "Oh my God, this is the biggest perk of our relationship." Was going to see Star Wars before the rest of the world.
Hey buddy, you better hold on to that one.
Yeah.
You want to go to see some more movies? Better hold on to that one.
Can you cook?
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was going to say because you don't.
Yeah.
No, I was
Oh.
going to say because you don't even need to. You'd be like, I don't cook, I don't do shit, but I can
what?
take you to see Star Wars before the rest of the fucking world. You got this on lock.
Hey, guess who's doing the cooking and the dishes? Not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Not
you
me.
motherfucker. I'll take you to Star
And
Wars.
you hear those violins? Who do you think is playing it? That's me.
Get your ass in the kitchen,
We gotta
buddy.
hear some of that.
Yeah, that'd be fucking. Hey, that'd be funny as hell. Would you ever do that to your fiance when he starts bitching or whining? Do you bring out the violin and start playing it?
I'm gonna try that now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I do what I can.
'Cause that's-
Hey, so let's hear some clips. Dutchie, do you have anything pulled up from the YouTube of just? We're just gonna play some snippets of stuff that she's worked on. What do you got?
It's from The Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens is from Star Wars. This is our guest, Lisa Lou. You listen to the Black Lung Show live on chaoticradio.com. All right. That was just a clip from Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Jeez, I'm gonna go get my lightsaber. I don't don't have one. I should.
I have one.
He does, dude. He's not fucking even kidding
I
about
got
that,
a
dude.
Kylo
Yeah, he
Ren
totally has one.
lightsaber.
Oh, you got the Kylo Ren
Yeah,
with
I got
the
Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Dude, you know that looks dangerous. Like if you fucking put your thumb up, it would just later.
And it's
Like,
gonna look-
you could lose like half a toe with that thing. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you, I don't even need a lightsaber to do that. But I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, so tell.
Oh, there's the lightsaber toe. Kylo toe.
Kaito.
Darth toe.
All right. So when Ezekiel calls me, Lisa, he's always talking. Oh my God! I'll tell you that. Does he do this to you too? Because I answer the phone. Have you seen the new Star Wars movie, Ryan? Like the fucking, it's out for like 30 goddamn minutes. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, I just got off work, man. He's like, you gotta fucking see it.
Yeah.
And so he does that to you too.
And he's be like, I've seen it like 10 times already. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
It's been out for an hour.
1 hour.
I've seen it 10 times.
So all right. So anyway, so listen, we do have this conversation all the time, right? And so he calls me and he loves bragging about you. And one of the ones that here's I guess the best way to describe this is like positive jealousy.
Yeah.
Because he calls me and he's like, Ryan, fucking A, you are not going to believe this. You know who Lisa's talking to on the phone right now? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Who's he talking? Steven fucking Spielberg. And he's literally pissed. He's like, oh my God, I want to talk to Steven Spielberg. And I'm like, good for her. Did you really just talk to him? And
These people, they show up at work. I haven't spoken on the phone with him, but it's just.
Oh,
they're-
that's even better.
yeah,
You talk to a
they're-
person.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all these people show up at work, so we get to see. Just so it's pretty exciting.
Do you have
See.
butterflies? Do you get nervous when you meet people like that, or you don't really care?
No
I
way.
don't
She's
care.
LA now.
No, you don't really care?
I got excited. I get excited over very, very few people. And Mark Hamill, I definitely nerded out about that.
Okay.
Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, it's our
Freaking
childhood.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke
Skywalker.
But most people, it's just, they
Yeah.
they poop like the rest of us.
Well, yeah,
Well, they all
absolutely.
do, yeah.
I'm just curious for myself
Yeah.
too because
Poop like the
they poop like the rest of us.
Yeah, I don't even want to
I
know
don't know.
about that.
I don't know if I poop like
Yeah.
the rest of us after this one.
You probably won't, Cochino. Well, the reason I ask you that too is, and this is like a professional type question, and I'll say semi-professional. For us, with our band, right? It's the same thing. Like, I might get a gig where, let's say, well, it might be a gig where I get to play in front of a lot of people, which is nice.
Yeah.
But the bands that I get to play with are not, let's just say, to my liking.
Right.
Or I might get offered a gig with one of my favorite bands at a really small venue, and I just get super excited.
Yeah.
Like Josh and I, we just got booked. We're playing with a legendary punk rock band, the Vibrators. They've been around for 40 years, and it's their last tour, and it's in a very small bar. And if you would have offered me, like, hey, you guys want to play with, I don't know, the Offspring, at a big giant venue, or do you want to play the Vibrators? I'm like, fuck the Vibrators, dude.
Right.
It's a no-brainer.
Right.
I'm gonna nerd out when we get to play there. I'm like, I can't believe we're playing with this band.
Yeah.
What are the ones that you do nerd out? Obviously, Mark Hamill, and maybe also projects too. Like you get called for a film, and they're like, like Stephen King's It, for example. Are you stoked on that one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like stuff that I would say, like the Gorillas and Damon Albarn. I got really excited playing with those guys.
You played with the Gorillas?
Yeah, at Coachella like a few years ago.
That's
They were
awesome.
like when they were closing thing. I get to hire a group of people to play.
I
And it's
told
like-
her she's dope.
that was probably one of the most exciting things of my life. And then a few years later, we went on tour when Damon Albarn had his own solo project a few years ago. Do you remember? It was just like, and he just had a string quartet, and we went to South by Southwest and Sundance.
Dude, that's
stuff
all
like
the fun
that.
stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. I'll take that stuff over playing. I don't know. I can't.
Okay, yeah.
shit
Let's just
talking.
say, yeah.
I can't shit
yeah.
talk while I'm still.
Yeah, while you're still
here,
working. But that sounds like the fun stuff. You're going out,
Yeah.
you're doing stuff, you're going places. So,
Right.
Yeah, heck yeah, South by
I mean,
Southwest.
that's the ideal. It's like when you're getting paid to work with people you really respect with amazing music. It just doesn't get better than that. And we did Duran Duran next year at Coachella, which was pretty exciting for me too. Not because of me, because I was like, I get to show off to my brother.
Oh, okay.
Who cared more than I did.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I like Duran
That-
Duran.
that'd be
No, I
cool.
love them too. I
I'm
just
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
no,
like it.
I like them. I just don't.
It's not when you're bigger.
It's not what I would listen. I used to listen to. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
But
All right, well,
they
so
were
there-
amazing.
So there's some segue too, because I'm
Yeah.
curious. You know, I mean, with classical violin, I mean, you know, some people are going to assume, you know, Bach and you know all that kind of classical stuff. But what do you listen to? What's in your car right now?
Oh my god.
It's a cool. I mean, you can say.
depends
What's that?
Mariachi music.
No.
No, that's
Yeah.
you, fool.
Definitely not.
Wrong.
I'm the only non-Mexican in this room.
Yeah,
so
that's in our
that's
stereos.
your, okay. Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
I listen to everything. I'm right now listening to like Shakti. Do you know like this old John McLaughlin like Indian stuff? Just because I'm
Oh,
starting-
really?
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
like learn some stuff for some projects that
Yeah.
I'm working on.
Oh, cool.
I mean, so that's a lot of it. It's stuff that I'm studying music all the time.
Right.
So I don't know if I can differentiate what I'm studying versus what I actually
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to for fun.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You
know what I mean?
can't
It's
really.
like no, it's like a whole range. I love almost everything.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, and I have to, even if I don't love it, if I'm working on something, I have to convince myself that I love it, so I can.
We kind of get the feel
So
for
good.
it and the
Yeah.
Well, I've learned to play like multiple instruments. And I picked up a lot of folk instruments lately, so I listen to bluegrass.
I love bluegrass.
So I'll learn
Right.
like I play the banjo, the mandolin.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to a lot of that. I guess the same thing,
Yeah.
but you actually get paid to do it. I just do it for love. but yeah,
Well, maybe
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Maybe she can hook you up. This guy's amazing. He plays harmonica, slide guitar. He's an amazing bass player. Yeah, dude, he's bad.
No,
swear,
I
swear.
can't. I'm not that good. And
Shut up,
Yeah.
dude.
That's just all in your head.
and I can't read a lick of music either. I can look at it
buddy.
and be like, oh wow, that's so
That's overrated.
funky.
Reading's overrated.
Okay.
It's always who you know.
Yeah, but
yeah.
you recently did something with Bjork.
Oh yeah! Oh,
Oh,
my god!
right.
I love her. I forgot
Yes.
about.
Tell
See,
us
I
about
don't
that.
remember
That's
anything.
awesome.
Like,
As a
he
person,
should be
like,
my
she's
PR person. I don't remember.
know, yeah, tell
It
me
was
about
only
that.
a couple
That was-
weeks ago, and I've been a huge fan of hers since like college. My first session I ever did, now that I don't remember now, was in her home, and I told her about it when I met her. My first session I ever did was in college in one of her
See?
houses
Wow.
in like Nyack, New York, and I remember the whole room was like pink felt, and I'd never played like in front of a mic and recorded something.
Oh wow.
And she, I mean, she's amazing. I was like, and we did a show at Disney Hall like a few weeks ago, and she's
Oh, cool.
genius. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
since this is because I'm a fan of Bjork and you're my friend and I'm a fan of yours, what was it like when you guys were collaborating, getting this stuff together? Just the process.
I mean, I was in an orchestra, so it was just me, but it was just she's brilliant. I don't know what to say. It's unreal. The arrangements that were done were incredible, and just to play stuff that I've been listening to obsessively for like 15 years was
Yeah, and you get to
pretty
be right
special.
there. How cool is that?
Yeah, and just to meet the person and just she's so sweet and humble and not.
Except for that one time that she attacked that person
Except
at
that
the
one time.
Yeah, that one.
but it's funny when you work.
I still remember that for some reason
Yeah.
because she's so cute and she's
With the
so little.
swan.
Yeah, and she just beat the shit out of that reporter. She's like, "Fuck you," and I don't even know why.
Oh,
you remember that
was it
video?
like some paparazzi type thing?
Yeah, it was that
Yeah, I
shit.
think
Well,
so.
those guys look like they could get under people's
They
skin.
deserve it.
No, that's true.
I think
You know,
so.
Well,
I mean,
fuck.
they're just trying to do their job, but still, dude, like I could see how people could be
I
like,
could
dude,
see it.
stop
You
it.
know what I mean? If people like follow,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
people follow you around, you're just trying to like take out the trash or just
Yeah.
go buy like a carrot.
Well, I
and-
can't-
you know what
a
I mean?
carrot.
Just like whatever.
I can't,
you know what I
I can't take the trash out with the curlers in my hair.
Something, and people are just like, he looks like he's hungover from being fucked up since 4 a.m. till 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and it's just
yeah.
like we're all just trying to be, you
Yeah.
know,
That's shit that
Just trying
people
to
do.
live.
So get over it.
they're just normal people.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing too, because one of my big, I try to always keep everything positive on the show, but the one thing that I hate that it's always, I think is just the most negative bullshit on TV is fucking TMZ. God,
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn, I hate that fucking show, and I don't understand why people fucking watch it. It's
Dude,
like,
go
Because they're
fucking
bored. They don't have their own stuff
go
going on.
get
so
your
they-
own
yeah.
own life, right?
They
Yeah.
don't have it. They have to just obsess over other people to make themselves feel better.
Oh, jeez.
yeah, it's
I
fucking
think that's
horrible,
what
right?
it- but I think so. We're talking about like just like a lot of artists who aren't doing as well. Those to me have been the most negative shit talking. Like I hate everybody, fuck everybody. Whereas successful people are just like it's not even in their realm of existence. They're just living and
Yeah.
they're just
That's a
creating.
good point.
Living
That's,
and
that's,
You know what I
creating.
mean?
That's a great point, and that takes me back to last night. The whole purpose of this show is I promote bands. I give the listening audience some really good music to listen to. We try to help each other out, and it's a big giant community. So last night it was Ginger, our good friend, an amazing photographer. She manages the Folkwolves. My best friends in the universe, the Trancers. It was our band, and there was other people from other bands showing up to support. And it's a big community. We help each other out, and we always. And that's the whole thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's
important.
That's all
There's
it is.
There's room for everybody.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And honestly, like when is Easy such a great friend, but it's like I feel the same way. When my friends do well, I'm so thrilled for them. Like I love that my friends are becoming successful. Like it comes from a place of just if you love somebody and you feel confident in yourself, you're so happy when people you love do well.
Supportive
am I right?
because someone else is doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
yeah.
like, yeah, fuck.
But if you're in a shitty place in your life, like you have no relationship, you're not working, and you see when your friends do well, you're like,
That's when
fuck
they
that
start
guy. What
hating.
did he do? He
What
fucking
an
cheated.
what an
Hating on
asshole.
your ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what did he
hating
do
on
to
it,
slimy? And you know.
That's the wrong approach to anything.
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna get anywhere like that.
But it's a really reflection
Yeah.
on what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So let's do this right now.
Uh-oh.
We're let's see where we're at in time. We're about halfway through the show. I want to play some more music. So let's do this.
Do we have
This is the
another one?
What? No.
Another
Check.
list?
No. I got this, dude. My show's got some segments, brother. My show's got some segments.
All right.
You see this shit? You see this?
I've been drinking, dude. What are you, all right.
Oh, no, he did be drinking.
You can keep
no,
drinking.
Nothing. Yeah, you
Just
can
shut
keep,
the
yeah.
fuck up.
We could give him his own
Like a-
fucking show. By the sounds of it, he needs one.
Yeah. I think he knows a couple people too.
He might.
Mute button somewhere.
Anyway. I got a fucking mute button's what I got.
Eject.
Yeah,
Let's
what?
get to this thing here.
All right, so check this out. So on the show, you know, I keep talking about promoting bands. One of my favorite things to do is I'm such a fan of music that I do this weird thing. I'll go into a record store and I will buy a record just because it looks cool.
Yeah.
I never even heard of it whatsoever. And so there's a segment that I've been doing on my show that it's been fun for me. It's called Random Records. And what I do is I go to usually down the street, and here's a big plug for our good friends, Dr. Strange Records, www.drstrangerecords.com. Look them up. They've got all the greatest rare punk available on vinyl. But this last, a couple of weeks ago, my daughter just graduated high school, and she lives up in Washington. So I was in Seattle a couple of weeks ago, and I found a punk rock record store, and I just started going through their records, and I just picked up a bunch of 7-inches. That's what punk rock's cool about. They were all $1, so I was like, fuck it, you know, I'm not going to lose.
Yeah,
So
for
let's
a
see.
buck.
This one's fun because we all get to listen to something brand new that probably most of us have never heard. This is a 7-inch from a band from, where are these guys from? Washington, D.C. Well, at least their record label is, so I'm assuming they're from there as well. And they're called the Hymens, right?
The Hymens, yes.
You see that, Dutchie? I don't know. Look, I mean, the guy,
one of those.
one of the
Yeah.
guys wearing a fucking hockey mask. You know what I mean? So how bad could it possibly be? You know,
One guy's got the Mo haircut.
that's right. One guy's fucking face is painted away. Just go out and support. Buy some records. You know what I mean? And that's a cool thing.
And for a buck, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. You
What's a
can't
record?
Even,
Yeah, yeah.
What's a record? Oh my God.
Hey, records are coming back. I thought I heard Sony was going to start making records again. But why don't we start making some fucking 8-track? I thought I heard something like that on the. Maybe I was dreaming. I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
I want some 8-tracks.
I love spinning vinyl on the
need
Black
H.
Lung Show. You're listening to Black Lung Show on the world famous Kaotic Radio.com.
I got a little friend, she's mine to kill me in. She can't erase the pain, and it's at my brain. She's doing me with pills, they gonna cure my ills. Her little tricks are nice, yeah, I'm a big in paradise. too far from home. And it's a great night for a burglary. I know a pharmacy not too far from home. It's a great night for a burglary. I know a pharmacy not too far from home. It's a great night for a burglary. I know a pharmacy not too far from home. It's a great night for a burglary. I know a pharmacy not too far from home.
All right, that was the Hymens. That was Random Records. You're listening to Black Lung Show. Hey, Dutchie, what do you think, man? You think they were influenced by the Ramones, maybe just a fucking touch?
I think we all were, but not as much as they fucking were.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
I thought that song was called "A Great Night for a Burglary."
Are you any idea what year that was?
Yeah, it says the song was recorded 1999, and that doesn't sound like that long ago,
No.
man. But shit, that's if you think about it, that's 18 years ago.
Fuck yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
1999.
1999. Anyway, we're partying like it's 1999.
Dude, that 7-inch could buy cigarettes now.
Holy shit!
It's 18 years
No,
old.
not in California. It's 21 now.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
They keep it. I don't understand that shit. Like, you know,
Well, because they don't want kids to smoke.
They
And
don't-
they don't want adults to smoke. They want like $10 a pack or something.
that's true. I hate the government. Anyway, Lisa's our guest. Lisa, so I was asking you about your music. What's the last concert that you've actually been to where you didn't play? Do you remember?
Easy.
Are these hard
Can you
questions?
tell me? Yeah,
I'm
'cause I
really
don't
trying to make it
remember
easy.
anything. I know they're not hard, but I don't remember anything. Like I have the
What was
worst.
the last?
She's so
the
busy filling
last thing I
her
went to. Oh my god.
to just
I
go
can't
to.
remember. I just really don't. I can't
I
answer
don't
that.
remember. You told me. What was it? Okay, you did.
All right, you also
We'll
have
do the next
headphones
one
and a
before-
microphone, dude.
Oh, yeah, also that.
You're on the radio.
Headphones
Okay,
and
the
a
last
microphone.
thing I remember from you, what you did it.
No, where did I?
Transformers?
Which show did I go to? That
Just
I didn't
watch
perform in?
music.
Just to watch.
No, I really can't remember.
I can't recall.
Yeah, I don't. Anyway, that was.
You don't have any pictures of that?
I guess I don't. I guess I don't do any of that.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
She's like, I don't do that
I
stuff.
don't do that.
All right, so okay, here's the big question. Okay,
It'll come to me when the show's over.
I'm sure.
Probably.
You can call in.
Yeah, we gotta call in number. You can you can come back too, also. You know, because I know there's some things that we can't talk about on the show, unfortunately, with Hollywood and rules. And I
What was that
fucking
show?
hate
What's that band with Boy George?
Oh, the Culture Club.
I saw that.
You saw Culture
at
Club?
the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, wow.
all right.
How cool.
Maybe that was a while ago.
Oh, that's okay.
Maybe I think it was this year. I went because of my fiance. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know that guy. I didn't.
Okay.
I had fun.
So
As long as
so
you had
you
fun,
I
that's
had
it.
So you bring him to premieres of Star Wars, and he takes you to the Culture Club.
No, I
mean, not the premiere, the
hooked
secret.
him up. I
Yeah.
hooked him up with that too.
Oh, okay.
Because he had
Oh,
free
what?
tickets.
Jesus.
I know, man. Like,
All right. All right.
can you introduce me to Kylo Ren?
Yeah.
I went to
I
school with that
tumble
guy.
for you.
You went to school with
You went
Kylo
to-
Ren?
with Kylo
Yeah,
Ren?
he went to Juilliard.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Get
Yeah.
out of here. You never told me.
I
that.
don't know him. It's a lot of people.
Yeah. There's a,
Maybe we'll
it's
get-
a big school, and there's a lot of
at
people
that
there.
school.
Well, since you know everybody, we're always talking about sharing. You know, let's get Kylo Ren on the Black Lung Show. We'll bring the kids in. All right. So I do know another person that you've worked with. Okay, and this one is actually one that I love. I know Ezekiel is just he super loves this guy, Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman, I'm only saying this too because I've got a bunch of kids, and so we were just joking about that whole 1999. It's 1999 seems like yesterday to me.
Yeah.
And it's almost 20 years. It's fucking weird as shit. But anyway, for you kids that are listening that don't know who might not recognize the name Danny Elfman, okay?
We've all.
Yeah, Oingo Boingo. All right, that's
They don't recognize that.
I know, but I'm trying to help out. They can Google
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, come
Yeah.
on, get my back here.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman, and he also did the scores for. Pretty much every Tim Burton
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
What else?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare
Yeah.
Before
Probably,
Christmas is
probably the
crazy.
Nightmare Before Christmas is the one that everyone would recognize. I think.
I
Yeah,
think
that
so.
became
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
That became classic.
It did. So you got to work with Danny Elfman. How fucking cool was that?
That was pretty cool.
Did you had to have nerded out when you
I
met him?
nerded out a
You
little
did?
bit when I saw him.
A little bit.
A little bit.
No, and when he performed, he sang live with us too, and it was
Wow.
incredible.
How cool is
It
that?
was so incredible.
He performed
experience.
with you. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have pictures of that?
He was. I don't take any. No, I don't.
That's all right.
Maybe I do. Who knows? Easy takes. He keeps these photos and he's excited about it.
You got pictures with Kobe Bryant, but not Danny Elfman.
No, I don't think I did.
Ay.
See, that's the Mexican.
Yeah.
It's like sports. What is that?
He used to play for the Lakers. We're here in Southern California, so we know who the guy is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think everybody
heard of him.
I think everybody knows.
Everybody knows who Kobe, or most people know who Kobe is. He's big in China, from what I understand.
So wait, you have another big project going on. What is it?
Oh, is it one you can talk about?
What's going on? Are you alluding to something that I don't know about?
But is it an HBO show or something? Like, which one is it?
Right now, I just worked on Jumanji.
Oh,
2
Jumanji.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah. We worked on a lot. The new Pirates come out. I don't know.
I think that's been out for.
That's funny.
I don't
Every
know
time
anything.
she
I
works
don't
on
know
a film,
anything
she
that's
doesn't
going
know when it comes out, but
Because I
yeah,
don't
she
watch
worked on it.
anything.
You know what do
We
you
don't
watch?
do anything. I try.
She listens to music, man.
We've been watching like the UFC. Like,
Yeah,
that's
all right.
kinda
Okay.
Okay, cool.
That's like fine. I did that last night. That's what I do.
I don't like guys beating each other up in their underwear.
I watched the ladies.
Yeah, okay.
I like the ladies beating each other up.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. I was like,
Yes.
whoa,
Yeah.
that chick just got knocked the
That's-
fuck out. Yeah.
That's what we watch now. I think like because there's so much music in my life, so I just need I need,
need a break?
Not that. So when I'm driving or anything, I listen to comedy.
Okay.
Or my fiance and I, we watch like the UFC, but no other sports.
So Ezekiel was telling me that you were really excited to work on the new Stephen King, the remake, the new adaptation from Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
Are you a horror movie fan?
Yes.
There you go. See, now we can talk about some stuff.
Okay. Now
It's a really weird thing because so when I practice or I write music or anything, I wake up and I look for horror movies in the morning while I'm doing stuff around the house.
nice.
Like
Yes.
it's a weird like screwed up habit that I have.
No,
It's
that's
like
rad.
I need to
That's
find
awesome. That's awesome.
a horror movie playing in the background when I'm
So-
at home.
This is rad. Yes.
I
I
love
can't
that.
reference anything, but I'm just
Oh, I
like,
can.
Okay. No.
I'll
I
help.
can't,
We'll help
you
you
know.
out.
Yeah.
Your soon-to-be husband is very lucky.
You think
Yeah.
The reason, I am a humongous horror fan. Two biggest things for me.
Yeah.
Horror movies, punk rock, right? So one of the things that I've always been pissed off about with movies is that horror movies don't get the credit that they deserve.
No, they
and
don't.
one of the things that they don't deserve are the music, obviously, the scores. I mean, to create the atmosphere of just fear and there's icon. I mean, when you hear the theme for Jaws, right? You're like, fuck that, I ain't getting in the water. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right?
Dun-dun-dun.
Right
Or
off the
The
bat.
Shining.
The Shining.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You ever try?
The
Well,
Shining.
I used to have to watch that, and you mute it. If you mute it, it takes away. You can get through it. But with the music, I feel like I have to keep like looking
that
away.
You get like the shivers, right?
Yeah,
You're like, oh,
that helps
man,
create the
I'm away from
atmosphere.
that
It makes
shit.
it brings everything together. The sound.
Oh, it's like half the movie.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
score.
and what about the theme even for the TV show The X-Files? I mean, that's fucking
That
iconic,
was really
right? And it's
terrifying.
really well written, and you already get an image in your head of like what you're gonna watch next,
Yeah.
just by what you're hearing.
Or you see the music from American Horror Story.
Oh,
I think it's
yes,
so scary.
That is, it's really good, especially
Yeah.
when they're doing the opening credits.
It's terrifying.
It is. And how about I love the simplicity. The one that I love the most is John Carpenter. Man, when you watch the original
right.
Halloween movies, you know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
start hearing that piano come in,
Yeah.
yeah, you're like, oh, you're about to get fucked
Yeah,
up, dude.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
there's a
And you
dude in
know-
a William Shatner mask that's about to stab the shit out of you.
You know something's gonna happen, but you still get psyched out by it. Like
Yeah.
you know, like don't open that fucking door, you whore. But like you're still
Don't
scared.
open
You know
the
what I mean?
fucking door.
No, when I'm alone at home, I'm like screaming at these people.
Yeah, you dumb
Like
fuck.
you stupid bitch. You're gonna get stabbed in the eye and you deserve it. I hate you. No, it's just like
Well, no, I think Lisa and I were having this conversation. I think early this week we were talking about something like Indiana Jones. Like if
I'm
There you
scared.
go.
I'm
There
scared.
it is.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
oh
What
man,
is that? Oh my god.
Oh, this is iconic right here.
Wait, I would be the first to die in this room.
This is
If
Tubular.
this were a horror
this is
movie-
You're the one that's
Tubular
I
gonna
would
open
Bells.
the
die
door?
first.
Who's out there?
Yeah, it's always the ethnic who dies,
Well, yeah.
and the girl.
No, no, that's not true because
Because you're Chinese, you know ninja
and I hope this
stuff.
doesn't.
Wait, I wouldn't be in a. First of all, we wouldn't be in a horror movie, so actually, I'm safe. It's one of you guys.
I don't know. I disagree because, like, and I hope this doesn't come off as racist. This is the first time I say this because black people are fucking smart. But as soon as some shit pops up, they're like, fuck this, and they run like,
I'm out.
Yeah.
White people are like, oh, what's that?
go.
Let's go look and investigate.
Hey, there's a gun and a flashlight. You know what? I'll grab the flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was trying to say the beauty of music and cinematically is like, let's just think of one of my most favorite film is Indiana Jones.
Right.
When you hear dun 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 dun, you
Sounds
don't even
heroic.
need to even see the image.
Right.
Like you're already in that world.
Well, turn it up, Dutch. That's what I'm saying.
Very
This is
disturbing.
he was playing Tubular Bells
There it
earlier.
goes.
Ooh.
Like, and you already know. Look,
I
she's
know.
already getting freaked out right
Something
now.
bad is
She's already looking over her
And
shoulder.
I'm like,
Afraid to
We're
turn
not-
around.
And it's funny, the first one was The Exorcist.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Tubular Bells.
And then this is Halloween.
Yes.
But they're fucking so similar and they scare the fuck out
or
of you.
Psycho with
yeah,
the shower.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The screen. All right. Hey, Dutch, how much time do we got? Hey,
You got 10 minutes.
okay.
7 minutes.
All right. Well, we're winding down on the show. So, Lisa, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
I had a great time. Do you have anything you can actually plug? Is there?
Well,
like-
yeah, she has a
No,
website.
Do you
I
have
have
a
a
website?
website.
Why don't you plug that?
Yeah.
I will say that I'm excited to work with Easy, who's a brilliant screenwriter. I'm working on some.
Don't say that
projects
right
coming
next
up.
to him.
I'm
His
allowed to
head's
say
gonna
that.
fucking explode.
You
Yeah,
won't be
I
able to
know.
walk out the
Why?
door.
No.
Look, I'm rubbing her shoulder. She's so nice.
How much did you pay her for that?
I don't know. She's gonna charge
But we
me
do
big
have
time.
some good stuff coming up. I'm going to be writing music for him, and I'm excited to work with that. But my website is the interweb. I don't know what it is.
The information super highway.
It's something. It's like lisaliumusic.com.
It's something like
LIU. So lisaliumusic.com. But thanks for having me on the show.
anything
Oh,
else
thanks,
like
thanks for coming on. I mean,
okay.
how fucking rad is that, dude?
Facebooks or Instagram?
Yeah, are you on-
anything else you got to share?
It's all at the real Lisa Lou.
Oh, at the
real.
Twitter, yeah,
At the
at the
real
real,
Lisa
at the
Lou.
real Lisa Lou.
There's probably like 8,000 of Lisa Lou's out there, so I had to claim the real one.
The real
first.
one, absolutely.
Yes, on Twitter.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She's not the fake one or the
No, the fake one.
real.
So
one.
it's been really cool talking to you.
Thank you so much
And,
for
and,
having me here.
and listen, honestly, sincerely,
Yeah.
congratulations on your success,
thank you.
and I hope you have a very successful career. I hope you'll come back and share stories with us,
Would love to.
yeah, we'll talk about Star Wars and nerd out. Now, Dutchie, and for Josh, I got some news for you. Both you guys want to, and you guys too. And we're sharing, right? I'm not a big name dropper, but when I tell you about the exciting guests, oh man, last night was a fucking good night. So let me tell you what's happening right now. Everyone, and this is keeping in that same realm of supporting our friends. My best friends at Transers right now are recording at Cherokee Studios in Hollywood. Now, Cherokee Studios is one of the most famous, iconic studios of all time. John Carpenter goes in there and records there for all of his films. One of the owners, Bruce Robb, was at our show last night.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I
so
didn't know
and
that.
that's what I'm saying. That was a surprise. That's why I walked out of the show really happy. I'm like, holy shit. So I met Bruce Robb, and that's the whole thing. Frank introduced me to Bruce Robb because they're actually recording there. They want us to come over and check out the studio.
Oh yeah.
So you and me got to take a trip, brother.
Okay.
And
We'll take
Dutchie,
pictures.
For the studio, for chaoticradio.com, not only the Black Lung Show, for the studio. He's agreed to come in and talk to us, and I want you on the show because listen to this, and I'm not bullshitting you on this, all right? You can look this up on Wikipedia. This guy's name is Bruce Robb. Check this out. So,
Wait, he's got to look at his phone.
I'm scrolling through that. I'm scrolling
He's
through,
scrolling through his phone. This is very exciting radio. I mean, if you're watching the YouTube, it's probably a little bit more exciting.
Look, here's how I started off. In his autobiography, Beatles producer George Martin dubbed Cherokee Studios the best studio in America. That was a Beatles producer. Now let me tell you who has actually recorded at this studio, and you're gonna trip the fuck out because I did. I was blown away. So at Cherokee Studios in Hollywood, David Bowie, Motley Crue, Bonnie Raitt, Frank Sinatra, Ringo Starr, Weird Al Yankovic, and these are all kind of random. Michael Jackson, Now I'll try to go through the quick list. Aerosmith, Alice Cooper, The Cars, Concrete Blonde, the Dave Matthews Band, David Bowie, Devo, Dokken. Hey, a little punk reference here for us, brothers. Fear, the Go-Go's, Toto, Guns N' Roses, Sammy Hagar, Journey, Lillian Axe, Korn, Lenny Kravitz, Lita Ford, Oingo Boingo, the Rollins Band, Suicidal Tendencies, Van Halen, and more punk rock, X. The list goes on and on. This guy has recorded fucking everybody. Do you know how many fucking stories this guy's going to have, Dutchie? It's going to be amazing.
It's going to have to be a 2-hour show.
Yeah, we might have to go fucking 4 with this guy, dude. He's a really nice guy. We met him last night at the show. Bruce Robb is going to be here live in studio, so you guys got to check it out. And look, the call-in number is area code 909-360-8330. When we have him, you want to call him and ask him some serious questions. I mean, this guy has been around.
I'm reading about him now, and he was in a band called the Robs.
Yeah, yeah.
And the bands that they played with, the Beach Boys, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Monkees, the Kinks.
Oh, no shit. They got to play with everybody.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, he's going to be here in studio.
Wait, which one was he?
I'll talk to you about that after the show.
Okay. Because I was there.
I know you were. I know you were. But it was just such a fun environment, you know what I mean? So we were all helping each other out. There was a lot of other bands who there's a couple other bands that I met last night. We're running out of time. They're going to be here in studio. But again, thanks to our guest Lisa Lou. Check out our band, Something Ferocious. We are playing August 27th, downtown Riverside. We are playing with punk rock legend Mike Watt.
Fuck yeah, my hero.
That's going to be awesome.
That's my hero.
Mike, yeah. Oh. God, I'm all goose pimply. We're playing with Mike Watt August 27th at the Mission Tobacco Lounge. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for coming in. My friends, we love you guys. Yeah. This is the greatest rock and roll show in the universe, except for Dutchie's show. That's the other greatest show.
Yeah, but it's the greatest show.
It's the greatest show right now.
Time.
Exactly. At this time on
this channel.
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
All right, best time. And then after tonight, actually, I don't plug other shows, but. Hey, our main man, dude, Rodney Bingenheimer, is still doing his shit now. He's just not doing it on K-Rock. So check him out tonight from 6 to 8. And check us out next week. We'll have some more music for you guys.
Black Lung Show.
The Black Lung Show.
That was cool.